Peace be with you all, guys. Welcome back to Nasty Games. Today is Battlefield 3, and the subject that came to my mind lately is why is there so much bleeping swearing on YouTube? Now, I realize that the people who are older who may watch this, the people who don't watch YouTube often, if much at all, really, would be kind of surprised to hear me ask that question. But it is true. There is a lot of cursing, swearing, cussing, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. And to me, it seems that the reason there is that people want to be hip or cool, edgy, if you will, or just they naturally talk like that day to day. What I've found is that that's not necessarily what you should do in your videos, even if it's how you speak day to day, because for one, there are a lot of kids on YouTube. In fact, I'd wager that half of the people on YouTube are under the age of 18, and thus kids. So to swear a lot it may be cool to those kids, and they may get some sort of excitement out of that, but really, come on, it's childish in and of itself. So, for example, when a prominent YouTuber like Philip DeFranco, when he uses the F word, is that cool? For one, I don't think the guy's cool. Philip, sorry, Philip, if you ever hear this, you won't. But that's an opinion of mine. Just because he swears doesn't make him uncool necessarily, because let's get real, when rappers do it, aren't they cool? Well, again, no, but I'm kidding. If they're doing it to be cool, it's not working. I think the personality is cool, is what draws people to their YouTube videos and keeps them coming back, is how they act on camera. Whether that includes swearing, because it can be funny. Profanity can be funny. I will admit that. It's funny to me, even. And even though I have more traditional views on things and am somewhat conservative in profanities and promiscuities and whatever you will, I have a view of those things that they should be limited to none in people's lives, but I find it funny in the right situations. And I've had situations where some YouTubers, they sound funny when they use that kind of language, and how the younger people who may watch this think I'm lame, and that's good, because it does take time to learn. As you grow older, you'll learn things. Swearing is not, it is filler language, to be honest, and I think that's the real reason why they use it. Besides comedic effect, it may be natural to them in their day-to-day lives, and it may just be a filler word they use. So, who knows, really? We'd have to ask each person who does it. But as far as I'm concerned, that's just something that I noticed lately, because I've watched more YouTube this past week in particular, and I don't talk like that. When you're younger, as a kid, it was cooler amongst friends, but I don't speak like that, and it's kind of, to see someone about my age or a few years older use these words on YouTube, it just, I don't know what to say about it, except they're trying something, like I said, to be cool. Maybe that's just the way they talk, and they just take everything onto YouTube, and that's how they talk. But I think if you're putting out videos, you got to be more articulate. You have to be more a little formal. But it still can be fun and funny, yes. But profanity is not necessary for humor either, even though it can be funny, like I admitted. So I'm not coming at this video with a lot of hard facts. It's just what I think about the topic at hand, and it kind of is something that I'm perplexed by for a number of reasons. First off, there are younger people on YouTube. Now, the thing is, if the internet is true, kids do talk like that, and it's right up their alley, essentially. But if that's not true, then they're being exposed to something they shouldn't be, and that's why movies that have so much profanity do get those R ratings, and they're recommended for people of an older age, of about 17, 18 or so. I hear a clicking in the background. Anyway, I personally think that profanity is stupid for the most part. I think it's hilarious when the right situation arises. I think it's funny when my dad does it. I think it's funny when when certain friends do it. I have a friend that may do it, and it catches me off guard. And so, in that situation, it's a little funny, but it's not a ha-ha funny, it's a ha funny. And so, I just, I don't know how to process that information that has graced my ears. Now, as I said, I do not speak like this. I don't use those words. I'm not fluent in the ways of profanity. But I think that it's not good to be. As a Christian, I think it's not. It's just not necessary. And I have a rule of thumb, and that is, I personally do not swear like that. I don't cuss. If it happens once in a while, I'm not too hard. It doesn't happen often enough to where I have to have a sort of plan about it for myself. But if I were to slip, it would be okay. I'm conscious not to, so I don't. Sometimes I think it, but I think everyone does. But there's another type of swearing that I will not stand, and that is using the Lord's name in vain. And this one, I think genuinely I've done it once. Things like "oh my God," I don't care for either. It's not bad. It depends on the circumstance. Hymns and things like that, there's sort of those things in prayers, but in vain, it's never good. And so, for example, certain Jews won't even write out G-O-D. It's G-D. So they're very particular to not, and it is a commandment to not take the Lord's name in vain. And if God is the Lord's name, it should not be in vain. So I'm careful not to do that. And I never swear the Lord's name. I never use that as a swear. And when I hear it, my ears bleed. My ears bleed. So stop it, people. Whatever your faith, you shouldn't do that. And they do it all the time in movies, and it is terrible. It is terrible, and even on YouTube. So, should I police people's words? No, and I can't. I don't have the authority. Only they can choose, but for everyone out listening, watching this, do not use the Lord's name in vain. I don't care who you are, okay? It's not right. It's very dangerous, and it's bad. Dangerous means bad. In most cases, so. Well, all in all, I think this is a good video. I think I get a B- for this video. Come back for more in the future. I've changed out my layout on my thumbnails. I've added theme music. It's pretty kickin'. So, like, share, especially. I don't care if you subscribe, unless you want to see my new videos when they come out. And peace be with you all. Glory to Jesus Christ, and don't use his name in vain. I do not appreciate it.